Now that we've remembered all of the important details of our small moment, it is time to record the events of our small moment in sequential order. Good writers must outline their personal narrative, meaning they must list the events of their personal narrative in the order in which they occurred. This will keep you organized when you go to draft your paragraphs later. So an outline has, or an outline is, key events of the personal narrative moment. Events in sequential order. A map to your story. Helpful when drafting your personal narrative. An outline does not have, or an outline is not, the full personal narrative story. Just because you have listed the events of your personal narrative does not mean it has concrete details or juicy descriptive language. This is just a map to what you'll be writing about in the future. Also, an outline does not have every juicy detail or description. You want to save your juicy details and descriptive language for when you draft the paragraphs of your personal narrative. Right now, we're just giving ourselves a map to follow. So I'm going to share my outline, but something isn't quite right, so I need your help in fixing it. Let's take a look at my small moment of getting proposed to. Here's my introduction. As I skip down to the dock with the dog Brandy, I cannot help but think that there is no better way to end a fun barbecue with beautiful sunset views from the dock. Alrighty, I'm starting with skipping down to the dock. Now, my first event is, he does not even get a word out because I immediately fall to my knees crying and blubbering. Oh my goodness, he had just proposed. Seems like I missed some information between these two. Let me keep going. My second event is that Trevor gets down on one knee and reaches for his pocket and pulls out a box. Are you guys starting to see what's wrong here? Let me read my third event. Dancing on the front porch in Trevor's arms next to his loving parents dancing was a perfect way to celebrate. That sounds like that should be the last event. Well, maybe there's a conclusion. Let me see. I'm having such a fun day with close family and friends enjoying venison, pasta salad, and great conversation. It begins to drizzle, so I hop in the car with Alicia and Wendy to make our way back to the house. When we arrive at the house, the rain stops and the sky looks gorgeous. Boys and girls, what is wrong with my outline? That's right, my outline is not in sequential order. Did not tell my story in the order in which it occurred. I need your help. Let's take a look at my outline again. Which should be my first event or my first introduction? That's right. This part here should come first as the intro. I'm painting a picture of what I'm doing at the barbecue and setting the scene. Which should come next? That's right. I should now be talking about how I skipped down to the dock. That's what occurred next. After that, what should come? Correct. I should now talk about Trevor getting down on one knee. And then after that, I should be talking about how he doesn't even get a word out because I start crying. And finally, my conclusion should be this lasting memory of us dancing on the front porch to celebrate. So now, once that I put all of these events in the proper order, this is the outline that I have. It's now your turn to outline your personal narrative. If you're working with a writing packet, this is the sheet that you should be working on. If you're working virtually, this is the slide that you should be working on. Boys and girls, make sure to start with an introduction. If you're not too sure how to start your story in a catchy way, we'll talk more about that later in the week, so you'll be able to edit it and make it better. Remember, your outline isn't your whole personal narrative anyway. It's just a map to guide you when you write your paragraphs. So include an introduction, your beginning, your middle, your end, and your conclusion. Remember, this is just an outline. You're going to take each of these boxes throughout the week to write a whole paragraph. So make sure that whatever you put in a box can be expanded upon, can include more details. Happy writing!